Hello traders, welcome back to this channel. Now, updates have been reaching me that most of you prefer mobile phone, or should I say smartphone analysis to the personal computer, PC or laptop analysis. So because of that, I decided to resume making videos. Remember, we're on break before, so this is the first video I'm making with the smartphone, sorry, and I will continue doing this as we grow. And I won't promise you how many times I'll be doing it in a week, but expect more of mobile smartphone videos than that of PC. In this first video, I'll be showing to you some of the important tools I use when analyzing with the smartphone. Okay, let me go to my mobile trading app. Every trading platform has its tools: trading view, C trader, MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. So there are important tools I use when analyzing, so as to make my chart neat and not be rough. So I'll just go ahead and state the important tools now and quickly rush to quickly do an analysis on gold, so that you will see or you know what to expect. I'm on some trade currently, but I'm not on gold. I left gold, I think today is a Thursday. I left good on yesterday, something like that. But I entered good Monday when one of my students gave me the signal to sell, and this was where we took the shot from. This area was where we took the shot from. I left in this area when it has gotten to TP1, though his TP2, his initial TP is somewhere here, but I left here. Okay, let me state the tools now. Now let me go ahead and delete these present tools that we have here. Sorry if my environment is noisy. I'm not I promised to make a video yesterday. That's why I'm making this video now. I'm not in my house currently, so I'm outside. Let me just quickly make this because I promised already. So I won't I don't know when I will get home. I don't want you guys to keep on waiting. So let me go ahead and state the important tools I use when analyzing. Let me delete every tool here. Let me go over. You see, this area here is where we select our tool for the newbies, or in case you know how to do it before. This area that has shapes. Now I'll click on it, and we have various tools here. Now the ones I use mostly, and I will tell you why I use them, is this vertical line is I use it when I want to back test, but not currently. I don't use it currently. I said last 2 years was when I was using it. This horizontal tool is the one I deleted from my chart recently. Horizontal line is the one I deleted from my chart recently. I use it very well to mark highs and lows, or my area of entry or something like that. Then the trend line, I use it for confluence. I'm not a trend line trader, but sometimes I just use it for an added confluence to my already made analysis. I've already decided on where to trade, whether to buy or to sell, but I just use trend line as an added confluence so as to gain more confidence. Then I don't use this, though some people use it and I know how to use it. It's important. I don't use it either. These arrows, if I think I use it 30% of the times, because maybe I want to send an analysis to someone. I can just use the arrow to indicate where my projection, whether I want to buy or sell. Then I don't use this. I don't use this. I don't use this. You don't have to use all the tools here. And okay, let me just quickly go straight to the ones I use. Now, Fibonacci retracement, if you have been following me, you must have seen that I always say Fibonacci retracement is used for an added confluence, just like trend line. I've already decided on where I want to trade to. Fibonacci retracement is for me to know where the next impulse is likely to stop and where the retracement is likely to stop. not 100% guaranteed but likely to stop. It's just for an added confluence. If you are my student, you should know the reason I used Fibonacci already. I can trade for a whole year without using the Fibonacci retracement, but it's just for an added confluence in case in the process of me making videos as we continue this journey, if you see me use the Fibonacci retracement tool, you should know I'm just using it for an added confluence, not to take trading decisions. Then I don't use the Fibonacci time zone. This I don't use any of these. Fibonacci extension sometimes it's also used to get the next expansion or impulse. Then I'm an Elliott Swift trader, but currently, let me go back to, oh, I've clicked the wave tool. Let me delete it and go back there. I use Elliott's wave for confluence as well, just the same way I use Wyckoff theory for confluence. But these are not important. They are not even up to 20% of my strategy. So they are just added confluence to gain confidence, like I said before. So I use the motive tool and the corrective tool. You know the motive and the corrective. You know what it means now. Motive for impulse and this one for correction. You know we have 5 wave, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, which then we have the corrective wave, which is the ABC. So that is it. Then one of the most important tool I use, and if I without that tool, I can actually trade naked chart without that tool. But I call the tool. I'm coming. I need to check the time. I don't want this video to be lengthy. Now the reason I use this tool is because let me not give a reason. It is the most important tool I use, whether on TradingView, on MT4, MT5, or even C Trader. It is one of the most important tool I use. Without that tool, should I say I can't trade without that tool? I can trade without the tool because I can read naked chart, just look at the chart, take my trading decisions. But that tool is very important to me. It helps me to remember areas I marked before, and it is called the rectangle tool. You see it here. Now, I haven't shown you all the tools I use. Let me quickly do an analysis using any of these two. I don't have to use all of them. Let me mark the ones I told you I use. Okay, this was I don't use this anymore. So let me mark the ones I use at the moment. Trend line for confluence. Let me write COF confluence. Then Fibonacci retracement 2 for confluence COF. Then which other one do I use again? Okay, rectangle, very important. So no sir. So I will be analyzing just gold now, but I don't have to use every of these tool. I just showed you, the market scenario determine the tool I will use. You get the market scenario. Once I make the market currently, if I want to buy or I want to sell, or I've seen where the market is currently trending up or down or in a range, or wherever it is, the market environment determines the tool I will use. So I will just analyze gold now using any of these tools, but I just want you to know these are the tools I use and you should use them to trade effectively. Now let's go. Let me go over to the chart. Okay, let's go to the I just want to run a top-down analysis. Note, if this is not my strategy, but this is essential to make profits from the market. Once you know the direction of the market, what you should be looking for is where to join the trade. You don't just jump in anywhere. Now, what can I see from the monthly time frame currently? I'll pick this tool first. I can see a low here that causes rejection, and I can see a high here which will be a possible area for this market to push down to the low it's coming from. And I can see from the weekly time frame This was the low that caused the rejection, which would have been a nice place to buy, and this was the high that caused the rejection, which would have been a nice place to sell. Not forgetting another high that is above. In case the market decides to break this current high, this will be the next high we'll be buying it to if we want to buy. But this current high is pushing it to the downside. This current high is the reason we took the sell, and this area is where some of my students are looking to take profit, but I'm out of the market here already, and I might probably join if I see an opportunity. So this is a high that made us take this sell, and having analyzed this, we'll move over to the daily time frame. Remember, from the monthly we marked these two, and from the weekly we didn't mark anything rather than this high that is here, because we already see the direction from the monthly already that the market is currently in a high and it's pushing down. But what is causing this rejection currently? This area. There are things I wouldn't want to say, but you see this candle that is here. This is a candle. Let me mark it out so that if we go over to the lower time frame, you will see what I'm talking about. Let me use one of the important tools I use. Okay, you see this candle currently inside this zone. Let me place one horizontal tool here. Inside this zone is where this whole thing is coming from, and if I'm to take a scalp or a short buy, that's the area I will take it from. So let's go over to the 4. Okay, this is the weekly. Over to the daily. Now you can see the zone I'm talking about. There's liquidity in here. The market just created a liquidity zone, and there's every possibility that the market will do something like this. Now for those of you who trade head and shoulder pattern, you must have seen left and right shoulder about to form here and something about to come here. That was why I marked this zone, that if we are to take this buy, this area will take the buy from. Now this is what market makers are doing. There's a liquidity zone here which they are looking to take off, and there's a liquidity zone here which they are looking to take off. So they might likely do something like this. If you are not smart enough, they might likely do something like this, then they buy, or they will do something like this, then they sell. You get? So you have to be ready for whatever it's coming. But currently I'm looking to take it here, because here, from here to here, will give me more than 1 to 20 risk to reward looking at the lower time frame. And if I get here, I will take partial. I won't close my whole trade, because I'm expecting this liquidity to be taken out, at least even if it's to this point before the next fall. So let's me now move over to the 4-hour time frame. What can I say from the 4-hour time frame? Now the market is currently reacting with the area I marked from the weekly time frame, and the liquidity is very strong here. You can see it here. The liquidity is very strong here. I put a dollar sign because there is money in there. So what the market is about to do currently, we don't need to predict, but from what I'm seeing here, the market is about to do something like this, then the buy. However, this, if I'm to take a trading decision from here, I will mark this high and I will mark this low, then move over to the lower time frame, which is the H1, and from here I will take my buy if the market, remember when I say I will take my buy, I do not mean my entry is there. This is where my possible buy will be from. Gosh. Now let me delete these two from higher time frame that I marked before. Now this is where I will take my possible buy. Now because I will take my possible buy here does not mean I will take my entry there. The zone is just an area I'm looking to buy if the market gets there, but I might end up not buying if it didn't give me an entry criteria that I use to make entry. So what am I waiting for? Because currently I can see the market is doing something like this. You see this area here, the market will likely get here, they come back, then come back to this zone, and shoot up to my overhead target. So if I'm in the market, if I happen to be the market when the chart gets here, I might likely take the sell to this point, and I will take the buy from here to the other point. I told you before from higher time frame that this can give me more than a 1 to 20 risk to reward, taking it from here to this point. So this is the time frame I will take my entry from. You can see it now, and I will have to refine my entry because to me this stop loss is too huge. This stop loss from here, from here to here is too huge for my stop loss. So I will go to 15 minutes, and I wouldn't want to mark my entry zone right now, but let me just show you something. My entry zone might likely be like something like this. I'll go to 5 minutes to refine it further. I wouldn't want my stop loss to be more than 5 to 8 pips. You get? So I will likely take my entry here if I want to buy, and I will likely take my entry here if I want to join the short sell. Once the market gets to this point and I start seeing selling pressure, then I should be ready to take the sell to this point before the next buy. So you'll see the tools I use. I use just 2 of the tools I mentioned. Don't pay too much attention to my analysis. In our next videos, this is a continuous process. When I continue making videos, you will understand how I analyze better. I just want you to know that, okay, out of all the tools I mentioned, I used just 2. This one and this one. You see it now. So you don't have to use all the tools. Though if I want to get an extra confirmation from this analysis, okay, let me see if there's a possible way to get an extra confirmation. Okay, I'll have to rotate this. Okay, getting an extra confirmation, you can see, let's use a trend line. You can see something is going on here. There was a fake out. This was a fake out this week's here, this week, and I believe you all understand what causes fake out already. So this is an extra confirmation that I should be waiting to buy, and you can see the trend line is a confluence with the 1 hour area I marked that, okay, once the market gets here, I will look to, maybe once the market moves up, get here, I will look to take the buy. You get, first TP will be here, second TP will be here. You get the whole point now. Not forgetting the overall trend from the monthly, weekly, or whatever time frame we have used. So this is an extra confirmation. I can actually use the Fibonacci to take the high from the low to the high and the high to the low to get the area that is also in confluence with this area I just marked. But the trend line already gave me an extra confluence, and I should be confident enough to take this trade here. And my stop loss, you remember I told you this area is too large for my stop loss. That is my own way of trading. This area is too large, so my stop loss will be lower than this. But if you're okay with this stop loss, you can take it, put your stop loss below this area I marked, like this my zone for taking the trade, and your take profit should be above. Let me check this video. 18 minutes, so that should be all for now. Thank you for watching. I'll get across to you when the videos I make actually depends on the questions you ask me. If you want me to make more videos, any topic you want me to cover, because the goal is to give free value, the value people ask you to pay for. Just send them to me as questions. Sir, how do I do this? You don't have to call me sir anyway. My name is Greatness. Greatness, how do I do this? Greatness, can you make a video on this? I can make a video based on your questions, and I can make video based on any topic you come up with at my convenience. You get? So that should be all for now. Don't forget to refer your family and friends to this channel. Subscribe The goal is to grow as a community and be as one. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. How do I end this video? Okay.